Hey everyone, I'm King. Welcome back to King Spade channel. So in this video, we are finally stepping into the world of the Soul Linker, one of the most interesting and flexible magic jobs ever added to ROX. This class mixes ghost damage, elemental enhancement, mobility, protection, and team support in a way that feels completely different from every other mage related job. So in this video, we are going through every single skill of the Soul Linker class, talking about what they do, why they matter, and where each of them shines. We start with the foundation of the class, Soul Essence. Almost everything the Soul Linker does revolve around generating, spending, and amplifying these orbs. Your basic passive for this is Soul Collect. When you are holding a two-handed rod, you start a fight with a burst of essence, and every hit you land can generate more. Soul Linker gathers essence quickly as long as you stay in battle, but the moment you walk away, everything resets after a short time. This means Soul Linker encourages continuous combat, chaining groups of enemies and rotating skills without a long break, so you maintain your full essence uptime. Once you have essence, the first spender you will rely on is Soul Explosion. This is one of your core nukes that blasts the target in ghost damage and hits nearby enemies in a small radius. The more int you build, the harder it scales, which makes this one of the most consistent single target to small AoE skills early on. With only a 1-second cooldown, you will be firing this repeatedly to keep pressure on MVPs or clean clusters of enemies. To maintain stable damage and steady buff uptime, you have Soul Insight. Every attack or hit taken can give you stacks that instantly restore essence and boost your final damage. This passive rewards aggressive play. When you are in the middle of the action, Soul Insight constantly kicks in, and your damage naturally rises. As long as you stay in combat, you keep refreshing the timer and your DPS stays high. For wide AoE clearing, Soul Harvest comes in. It swings in a big fan-shaped area and hits everything with ghost damage. What makes this one extremely valuable is how much essence it instantly returns when you hit MVPs or players. In team fights or boss hunts, Soul Harvest is one of your fastest ways to refill your entire resource bar, letting you chain your strongest spells back to back. Next is a pair of survival tools. Kahi helps you break free from movement speed debuff, which is surprisingly good in PvP or content where bosses slow you down. It is not flashy, but the freedom it gives is huge. Meanwhile, Kaina triggers a knockback when your HP drops too low, pushing enemies away and buying you a moment of safety. These two passive give the Soul Linker some natural toughness without needing heavy defensive gear. Then we move into the alternate playstyle, the one-handed rod and shield path, which unlocks the Warm Wind system. When you enter battle, Warm Wind adapts itself to the element you specialize in: earth, fire, water, or wind. While active, your magic attacks change element and your main offensive talisman skills become aligned to that element, letting you tailor your damage to different enemies. Warm Wind also provides a flat magic attack boost, making it useful in almost any situation. With Warm Wind active, you gain access to your first control skill, Stun. Depending on your currently active element, Stun applies a different type of crowd control: Petrify for earth, Stun for fire, Freeze for water, and Sleep for wind. This is one of the rare skills that give you flexible CC options just by changing elements, making the Soul Linker incredibly versatile for PvE, PvP, and support roles. The next Warm Wind enhancement is Astin, which gives you extra bonuses depending on your element. Earth reduces incoming damage, fire boosts your magic attack significantly, water lowers SP cost of your talisman skills, and wind makes you move much faster. This means your elemental selection is more than just damage type, it changes how your character behaves for the entire fight. Then we have Eska, the Vid best scaling passive for the shield variant. If your highest stat is Vid, Eska turns your tankiness into magic attack. It also lets luck increase your damage of your 3 core talisman spells. With this passive, the one-handed Soul Linker becomes a hybrid tank mage that surprisingly hits very hard while staying durable. Your core rotation in this mode revolves around Espa, Esha, and Eshu. Espa is your single target strike with fast cooldown, perfect for bosses and consistent DPS. Esha is the small AoE burst, letting you hit multiple enemies, though on a longer cooldown. Both of these change the element environment based on warm wind. As Who, meanwhile, creates a damaging zone that ticks multiple times, great for sustained AoE pressure. Together, these three forms your bread and butter skills for elemental talisman play. The next passive enhances them in different ways, as Wu give Espa a slow that also disable movement speed buff, which is amazing for chasing or controlling enemy players. When Asha hits, it also applies armor break, letting your follow-up skills hit harder. Enemies standing inside as Who get blinded, reducing their accuracy. Each talisman gets its own extra utility layered on top, making the kit very complete. Then we have SK, which spreads damage when you get killed with any talisman spell. This is perfect for farming or team fight since it lets your damage hop from one enemy to another. And finally, Asma applies Soul Fatigue, reducing healing received, a very strong anti-sustain debuff useful in PvP or against tanky opponents. Moving on to the second job advancement, we start with Soul Revolution. Every time you spend Soul Essence to deal damage, you can drop fragments that fly back to you and damage anything in their path. These fragments refill your resources, give extra hits, and help your overall rotation feel smoother. It is one of those passive effects that constantly rewards active combat. Soul Division is your semi-auto attack mode. When activated, your character enters a state that automatically strikes the nearest enemy with ghost damage, generating essence as it hits. This is perfect for maintaining resources or contributing extra damage while you move, reposition, or cast other skills. Then there is Soul Unity, which gives you more magic attack for each essence you currently hold. If you spend a large amount at once, your next skill gains a big temporary damage boost. This makes Soul Linker able to output massive burst moments when planned well. The Soul Linker also has strong survival and anti-rogue tools. Kaizel makes you untargetable and cleanses all debuff, then heals you afterwards. It works even if you are controlled, making this one of the strongest defensive buttons in the class. Kaite lets you punish hiding attackers by revealing them and increasing the damage they take. And Cope summons a delayed strike that inflicts vulnerability, reducing the target's damage output, extremely valuable in boss fights and PvP. Next, we go into the 12-second AoE zone skills, again with improved versions. As Who we covered earlier, but now it fully fits into your advanced toolkit as a constant AoE pressure skill with extra debuff. Everything here becomes more impactful as your stats scale. Now the talisman system gets even stronger with Golem's Soul, Shadow's Soul, Falcon's Soul, and Fairy's Soul. These four are team buffs that protect your party against specific monster sizes or enhance specific damage types. Each one nullifies different categories of debuff for the whole team. Depending on the situation, small monsters, large monsters, magic type debuff, crit type debuff. You can choose which soul blessing your team needs. These skills are incredibly strong in coordinated parties and make Soul Linker feel like a true support DPS hybrid. The third job pushes the Soul Linker into a higher damage bracket. Kaote is your instant teleport with movement speed and immunity to slow effects. This is amazing for repositioning, avoiding deadly attacks, or sticking close to targets in PvP. Soul Energy Research converts several core skills into shadow damage when you specialize in that element and lets your luck reduce the target's magic defense, turning shadow element Soul Linker into a powerful debuffer and nuker. Then comes a massive burst skill, Curse Explosion. These consume a large amount of soul essence and deals a heavy ghost or shadow nuke. The more essence you spend, the more of the enemy's damage reduction gets ignored. This is your big finisher for boss fight and PvP. Talisman Research empowers your elemental talismans even more if you specialize into ghost or shadow elements, giving you an extra level of optimization for different builds. Your four major talisman summons, Azure Dragon, White Tiger, Vermilion Bird, and Black Tortoise, each act like elemental ultimates. Azure Dragon pulls enemies inwards and stuns them. White Tiger slashes in a white cone multiple times. Vermilion Bird burns an area and applies anti-healing. And Black Tortoise gives you a huge shield and reflects reflects water damage back at enemies. Each talisman grants a special seal for a short time, but you can only have one seal active at a time. These are high-impact spells that define how you fight in different scenarios. Soul Summoning Research extends the duration of your party's soul buff and reduces cooldowns while they are active, pushing your team's consistency even higher. For advanced support, Protective Talisman give a strong damage reduction shield that also converts damage into healing, while 5 Elemental Talisman raises your target's elemental damage against several armor types. These are incredibly powerful party utilities. At 4th job, your power peaks. Vermilion Bird Talisman becomes a serious damage zone with burning effects and anti-healing. Black Tortoise Talisman grows into a major defensive wall that absorbs tons of damage and punishes attackers. 4 Guardian Talisman give you stacks of protection whenever you cast any of the 4 elemental summons. An elemental 4 Guardians field lets you create a zone that deals true damage to players and supports your team with damage reduction and control resistance. This is one of the Soul Linker's most unique tools for large-scale content. Finally, Soul Taint and Soul Curse allow you to store damage, reduce enemy healing, lower maximum HP, and then unleash devastating follow-up hits. These give the Soul Linker frightening burst potential late game. Heavenly Spirits improve your defensive talisman rotation and reduces cast time, helping you stay mobile. Soul Thief Talisman disables buffing on the enemy and strips their buff over time, a nightmare for PvP opponents. Samurai Talisman grants a double max damage that can be timed with your teammates' burst combos. Mage Talismans makes your target cast skills instantly, removing their cast time completely. Absolutely incredible for classes with long fixed cast bars. And for resurrection support, Doppelganger Purification combined with Shrine of the Underworld lets you revive allies inside your shrine automatically, keeping your entire team alive in tough fights. With all of these skills combined, Soul Linker becomes one of the most flexible jobs in the entire game, able to burst, support, control, tank, or sustain the party depending on how you build and which mode you choose. And that's what makes this class exciting. Every skill has meaningful purpose, and mastering your soul essence management opens up the absolute full potential of this spiritual powerhouse. Alright, so what do you think of the Soul Linker? I will be making a new character and will be testing out the Soul Linker in the new server that is coming up in just few days. So stay tuned to the channel as I will be making some guides on this class. That's it for this video. Thank you for always supporting me on this channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And also don't forget to turn on notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. And as always, happy playing. Bye bye.